What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am wanting to finish off the rear suspension if I can and start doing some of the other minor things in the engine bay, so clutch, brake. Try and tidy this up just to see what we're looking at. I'm gonna probably put the new motor in and everything like that, and then do all the mocking up and everything like that, get it running, and then pull it up and paint all this. It's black anyway, so I don't really mind too much because it's just a nice neutral colour that will go with what I do on the outside if I paint that first. But I'll probably just send obviously the whole car to paint. That makes more sense. We'll start by taking out the clutch just because that's super easy. It's just 2 bolts. These 2 bolts, and then there's a pin on the inside. Take that out and that should just pull right out. And then we could chuck the new one in. The new one that's going to go in, it's got its braided line with it. And we'll just chuck that in, should be easy as, and then we'll move on to the brake master maybe, or actually I might leave that, we'll go to the suspension. So this is the little pin that holds in the clutch pedal, so once you get the 2 12mm off, you should be able to just pull it out. And voila! Clutch pedal is out. And bam, clutch cylinder. I was calling it a clutch pedal, but no, it's a clutch cylinder. The master cylinder, and that's basically in. You just got to put the bolt in, or the little clip thingy on the other side, and what, bam! Look at that. Already makes the engine bay look so much tidier. Now that the clutch is in, we'll start on the rear suspension. So all these ones are all cracked off nice and loose, except this one. This one here is just not budging, so I might just leave that one on. I'm just cracking all these off so it's just way easier once I drop it out just to do it, because I've got the stabilization of the car. Last time I was breaking all these off individually and then it became a whole nightmare, and once I actually took it all off and dropped the subframe down, it was quite hard to crack a lot of these off. So I figured, use the stabilization of the car, then I can crack all of them loose and then drop it down and then just finish the job, and then should be easy as from there. So all the nuts and bolts are broken off. The only ones I've got to do are the subframe bushing ones, the 4 bolts that hold the subframe on, and then we can lower that down and get cracking on swapping all the parts over to the other subframe and hopefully drop that in. Now the last thing to remove will be these handbrake cables here, now that we can access them, now that the subframe is lowered down a little bit. It's actually sliding out really easily, which is quite surprised that it would. So yeah, we'll just crack those off. I think they're like 12 or 10 mils. And then that will release the handbrake, because the handbrake's already free here. And then the handbrake will dangle down, and we can get the subframe out. Alright, so now that the old subframe is out, we can start dismantling that using the bolts on this one to start bolting up the new one with the new arms and everything like that. And we're using the sway bar on this one and the lower control arms as well as the knuckles. So we need to take those off and put them on the new one as well. So, fun fact about these little bolts that actually connect, these ones here, the OEM ones, they don't actually thread right through. These sides are fine, they're all good. These ones, These ones though, they don't thread right through, so we're gonna have to replace these because I believe we need about that much thread. So now that the subframe is together, it's time to put in these bad boys first, and then we'll put the subframe in, and this just gives us a bit of guidance of something that we can sort of hook the subframe to and help hold it up. Otherwise they might get in the way, we'll see. So to take these off, we've got 2 bolts behind here. There you go, so it's behind the carpet that sits on here. I don't think you really need to take the seat out or anything like that. And then yeah, there should just be what, 10 mils, and pop them off and they'll just drop out. They're out, easy peasy. Probably won't put the other ones back in at the moment just because I don't even need anywhere to actually rest it on while I put the bolts in, otherwise the coil is just going to keep dropping out. So we're going to now try and put this subframe in. So plan of attack is probably to try and get onto the concrete, get the jack under it, and slide it under and hopefully jack it up. It is a stagier one, so they sort of don't line up by like a mil onto the studs of the body. So sort of just got to bolt one on each side and then sort of jack up the other end and then bolt them on and sort of just do it like that. You know, it's not too hard, but it might be hard because the whole thing's heavy. So I've just had to disassemble the entire thing just to get the subframe in because it's just too much weight. So I'm just going to have to reassemble all of this section whilst it's in there. You can see over on this side, I've already done it. So that's all in. I just need to reconnect the handbrake cable and put the coil in, and that will pull this back up. And then it's just the sway bar that needs to be put in. That's all done. It's actually time to throw these in. And that's it on the inside up here. 12 mils they are, and bam, done. The suspension's completely in. Everything that I need to do is pretty much done. So, can't see shit. All the arms are in, subframes back in. I took all of this off as you saw, put this in, had to adjust this, turn this one around, because that was hitting the bolt there, lower this down, because camber arm actually hits the frame a bit. So we may have to kind of grind this away. And then I just need to replace these, which I'll do in the next video, which will be all the brakes. And I think the rotor looks alright and the pads look fine, so I'll probably just keep them for now. But yeah, replace all my lines with the braided ones and then put the sway bar on, and that's pretty much it. Also got to do the front ones, so front lines need to be done, that needs to be replaced. And the tension brackets need to be all done, and tie rods. So these all need to be done as well, so I'll do all that, the brakes and everything in the next video. So yeah, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe button, and see you in the next one.